Have you ever felt that overwhelming urge to share a new idea, a project, a dream? That excitement that makes you want to tell someone close, hoping for support, understanding, or maybe even applause. But soon after, you realize that instead of encouragement, everything starts to feel cold. The plan stalls, the motivation disappears, and you begin to doubt yourself. Maybe the problem isn't the plan. Maybe the problem is who you shared it with. Not everyone who listens to you has a pure heart, and not everyone who smiles at your success is truly rooting for you. There are people who only pretend to be friends. They're around, they say they're on your side, but deep down, they can't stand to see you go further than them. When you reveal your plans to someone like that, you're handing over what should be protected until it's strong enough to face the world. There is something powerful in silence, something sacred in keeping to yourself what's being born in your heart. A dream, a project, a fresh start. All of that is like a seed, and a seed shouldn't be exposed to the sun too soon. A seed should be buried in the soil, nurtured in silence, watered with discipline and patience, until it's ready to bloom. Have you noticed how the most valuable things in life grow in silence? A baby grows in the womb. Roots grow beneath the earth. The heart is transformed in prayer. The world may not see it yet, but something is being built inside you, and you need to protect that. Because words have power, but silence holds wisdom. When you talk too much about what is still forming, you risk two things. The first is self-sabotage, putting more energy into talking than doing. The second is letting envy, negativity, or even others' disbelief contaminate your faith. Sometimes people won't say something directly, but a look, a subtle comment, a doubtful tone, it's enough to weaken your conviction. Let's be honest. Sometimes we share our plans in hopes of being validated, to hear that we're good, capable, visionary. But if your plan depends on someone else's applause to move forward, maybe it's not yet strong enough inside you. What comes from God, what is born from purpose, doesn't need an audience. It needs roots. The Bible itself teaches us about the value of silence and prudence. In Proverbs 21:23 it says, "Whoever guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from trouble." And Ecclesiastes 3:7 reminds us there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. Jesus, before starting his ministry, spent 40 days in silence in the desert, fasting and praying. He didn't go around announcing his plans, he prepared. And when he spoke with authority. That teaches us that those who know what they carry don't need to justify or show off. They simply walk with purpose. There are people who will clap for you as long as you remain on their level. But the moment you start growing, dreaming bigger, standing out, their support fades, the friendship cools, and their presence disappears. That's not a coincidence. It's a sign, not to make you bitter, but to help you discern. Not everyone deserves to know your plans. Not everyone has the emotional maturity to handle your success. That's why you must learn to cultivate silence. Speak less, do more. Build in secret, grow with humility, and let your results speak for themselves. When the time is right, the results will be so evident that no announcement will be needed. They'll be seen, admired, and respected. Guard your ideas like a treasure. Share your dreams only with those mature enough to listen without envy, without judgment, without trying to clip the wings of what you're trying to let fly. And those people are rare, but they exist. And more important than having many people around is having the right ones by your side. Think about it. How many things didn't move forward in your life because you spoke too soon? How many projects died along the way because you exposed Too much? The time of silence is the time of preparation. Jesus spent 30 years in anonymity, being shaped, molded, growing in grace and wisdom, to then live just 3 years of public ministry. What does that teach us? That the process in silence carries more weight than the stage. This is not about hiding out of fear. It's about protecting with wisdom. It's not about being selfish. It's about being strategic. When you understand this, you stop seeking approval everywhere and start trusting more in what God has placed inside you. You begin to work in silence, plan responsibly, and act with purpose. While the world talks, shows off, and shouts, you walk steadily, planting, watering, learning. One day, everything you live through in secret will bloom so visibly that no one will be able to ignore it. But until then, guard it, protect it, build, pray. Because a plan shared too soon gets delayed. A dream exposed too early dies. An idea shared with the wrong people becomes a target for mockery or sabotage. Do you want to live the life that was born in your heart? Then respect the process. Stay quiet more often. Talk to God. Write it down, sketch it, study it, revise it. But don't put on anyone's lips what God revealed to you in secret. And when the right time comes, you'll realize silence was the greatest protection you could ever give your future.